Shibuya, instantly recognizable, constantly moving. But behind the crowds and the neon, this is one of Tokyo's most layered districts. And once you start exploring it properly, it never quite lets you go. Most people's first experience of Shibuya is at night, and honestly, that's not a bad place to start. Because after dark, this neighborhood shows you exactly what it's made of, and there's a lot more to it than the crossing. Start in Nonbei Yokocho, tucked right beside the tracks, easy to miss, impossible to forget. This narrow alley has been pouring drinks since the post-war years, and it shows. Tiny bars, close quarters, and conversations that tend to go on longer than planned. It's the kind of place that reminds you what cities are actually for. Move deeper into Dogenzaka, and the energy shifts up a gear. This is the engine room of Shibuya's nightlife. Dense, unapologetic, and genuinely world-class. The club, Womb, has anchored Tokyo's electronic music scene for over 2 decades. Around it, dozens of venues cover every corner of the spectrum, from intimate jazz rooms to rooftop bars where the city stretches out in every direction. For something with a little more breathing room, Parco's Rooftop delivers art installations, thoughtful dining, and views across the skyline without the intensity of the streets below. Shibuya, with the volume turned down just enough. And up on the 12th floor of Shibuya Scramble Square, you get one of the great urban perspectives in Asia, watching that famous crossing play out in real time from above. Over a meal, with the city spread out in every direction, it never gets old. By day, Shibuya shifts into a completely different gear, and the shopping here is part of what makes it one of the most visited neighborhoods on Earth. Shibuya 109 has been setting the pace for Japanese street fashion for decades. Bold, fast, and constantly reinventing itself. Hikari brings something more considered, independent designers, gallery spaces, and restaurants with views across the skyline. Then there's Miyashita Park, elevated above the street, blending retail, dining, and green space into a single multi-level experience that manages to feel both efficient and genuinely enjoyable. And just a short walk toward Omotesando, the whole atmosphere shifts again. Wide, tree-canopied boulevards, flagship architecture from the biggest names in luxury fashion, and a pace that feels almost deliberately unhurried. Whether you're browsing vintage finds in a basement store or picking up something from a designer you've followed for years, Shibuya has a version of that experience ready and waiting. What surprises most people about Shibuya is how livable it genuinely is beneath the surface energy. Head west from the station and Tomigaya unfolds. Upscale, unhurried, popular with creatives and young families who want the Shibuya address without the noise. Quiet cafes, thoughtful restaurants, and a neighborhood pace that feels almost European. Yoyogi Park sits just to the north, one of Tokyo's great green gifts to the city, where locals jog, picnic, and decompress from everything happening a few hundred meters away. And then there's Center Guy, loud, colorful, unapologetically chaotic, the beating heart of Tokyo's youth culture, where the energy is relentless and every visit feels slightly different. Both exist within minutes of each other. That range is what makes Shibuya so endlessly interesting to actually live in. A few minutes walk from the crossing, the noise drops away almost completely. This is Shoto, sometimes called the Beverley Hills of Tokyo, though the reality is quieter and more private than that comparison suggests. Low-rise luxury homes, tree-lined streets, and cultural anchors like Nabashima Park and the Bunkamura Arts Complex gives this pocket a calm that feels almost improbable given its postcode. In terms of prestige, Shoto sits alongside Azabu, with direct access to Shibuya's commercial core built in. People who live in Shibuya tend to stay in Shibuya, demand consistently outpaces supply, and that tells you something real about how the area is valued by the people who know it best. Underpinning all of it is one of the most connected transport hubs in the world. Shibuya Station brings together 9 separate rail and metro lines, the JR Yamanote Loop, the Tokyo Metro, the Tokyu lines south towards Yokohama, placing virtually every major district in Greater Tokyo within a clean 30-minute commute. The ongoing station redevelopment has only strengthened this further, integrating transport, office, and retail space into a single forward-facing ecosystem. Wherever you need to be, Shibuya gets you there. And then it gives you every reason to come back. Shibuya isn't just a place you pass through. It's a district that's been quietly rebuilding itself for the future, layering global businesses, elite residential pockets, world-class culture, and a nightlife scene that exports itself around the world. The energy here is real, and it's going somewhere. As Shibuya continues to evolve, the people who take the time to look beyond the crossing and into the streets behind it are the ones who'll appreciate it most. If you know Shibuya, you'll know there's always one bar, one street, one spot that doesn't make any list. Drop yours below. We'll be reading and replying to every comment.